Making sure.
Okay, so first I'm going to start with a disclaimer, which I'm pretty sure I told all of you. So I want to play. I want to make this campaign roleplay heavy. So to make sure everyone's on the same page with that, what that means is if you guys have seen Critical Role, we're doing basically that kind of style. But if you haven't seen Critical Role and you don't know what I'm talking about, so as an example, if you're in town and say you go to the blacksmith and you're looking for a weapon, instead of saying, hey, I ask the blacksmith if he has any weapons available, you don't say, I ask him, you say it like your character is saying it. So, hey, blacksmith, do you have any weapons for sale? Or, do you have any of this for sale? That kind of thing. And then the same will go between you guys as well. So if you're talking to each other, that kind of thing, instead of saying, hey, I want to ask you about this, you would actually say, hey, so where did you come from? What's your background? That kind of thing. With that being said, I know a lot of people were kind of nervous about this. I'm not requiring people to do accents or voices. However, if you want to, you can, and it's encouraged. But I don't want you to feel like you have to do a voice or anything like that. With that being said, if you start off using a voice and you're like, okay, this shit is not working, let me know and just say, hey, I want to change up how I sound because this isn't working. I can't maintain this for the whole campaign, that kind of thing. Cool. I'll let everybody know that your voice is changing so people don't get confused. And then either go back to your regular voice or go to the next voice that you want to give a try. So, but there will be fighting. However, the fighting will come as it comes up in the story. So again, kind of like Critical Role, where we could go an entire session without fighting at all. It just depends on how you guys want to run the story. Let's see here. But I'm trying to suit as many play styles as possible. So I'm trying to do role playing. I'm trying to do fighting, puzzles, all that kind of stuff. The whole stealth underbelly element,
Puzzles, you say?
Puzzles. Yeah, because I know you're really into puzzles and stuff like that. So I'm gonna. So Krasowski knows that game.
Well, we do play the game. I got all my apologies.
Really?
Yes.
So, your decisions will have long-lasting effects and consequences. Now, when I say consequences, that could be bad consequences or it could be good consequences. Okay? So, for example, the way you speak to people, the way you act around people, deciding to save someone's life or to kill them, stealing from the wrong person, mouthing off to the wrong person, your race, gender, age, all of those elements are gonna play into how the storyline plays. Yes, Bagley.
Is the monetary value, like taxes, how in the book says, does that come to effect at all? So say like if I pay my daily taxes of 10 gold, I'm treated like an aristocrat.
We'll get to that. I got a whole section for that.
Do we have consequences for who we sleep with?
Yes.
Oh shit.
We stress that because our group we're that stereotypical D&D group where it's like, I want to shove my tits in its face. Charisma check.
Wow,
All
the
right.
dragon stopped fighting you.
I
It's
shall
weird.
sleep with it.
Well, it's not so bad now that Andy and Ferg are gone.
Right?
I
Exactly.
mean, if you
On
got
a scale of 0 to 10, how hot is she? I don't think that has anything to do with the storyline. I need to know.
I'd like to last session. Literally,
Yeah.
we were trying to fuck the fucking castle.
Yeah.
Literally, she
Yeah.
I'm gonna sleep with it. Like, quit.
So there will be many twists to your interaction with the world, to include the things I've already said. You might think that you're in a safe place, only to find now that you're under attack. Or one outcome you think is, okay, if we choose this path, it's going to be fine, but then you find out it turns into disaster. And then other people's interaction with you will be determined by things like what armor you wear. So, for example, if you're a rogue and you have your rogue garb on and you're walking through the streets, people are going to know that you're like this assassin type to not mess with you kind of thing. But if you're like a paladin and you're wearing like your holy plate mail or whatever, they're going to recognize that you're a paladin, so people might be more open to talk to you as opposed to talking to the rogue.
Unless you're a tiefling.
So, unless you're a tiefling, then you're screwed anyway.
They're still
So, all right, so that's the disclaimer. So did everybody get the world map?
Yeah.
I think I got that picture, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's just that one picture of the map that I sent. Okay, so with that being said,
Did he ever send it to you?
there's going to be the 2 continents. Where you guys are going to start is you're going to start in the Western Kingdoms, going to the city of Silver Fair.
Are you gonna print that map out too?
I can.
I was wondering if you were gonna send it to Chun.
Yeah.
If you're able to, so he can print
I can.
out that
Can you
big one.
resend it to me and I'll see if I can't print it off my phone?
Right now?
Yeah, because like I'm a very fast intensive person.
Pause an audio. I'm recording. Okay, so as I was saying right when you walked in, regardless of where your character comes from, the whole start of the campaign is basically the king of Whitebridge has sent out messengers to all the like major cities of the world, and he's basically hiring mercenaries is really what it is. And he's saying, come to Whitebridge and do these, tasks for us, these quests or whatever. And
Bridge or bridge?
Bridge,
Bridge.
Whitebridge, yes.
Bridge.
Yeah, here in a minute, I'll give you a whole download on all the different cities.
That's the king though.
But yeah, so the king has said, come here, do this stuff for us because what we're asking you to do is it's either outside of the scope of responsibility of the city guard or it's beyond their capabilities.
So we're better than them.
Exactly. Well, some of them. We'll get to that.
Alright.
But the promise of wealth and renown, or if you're like looking for information or knowledge, that kind of stuff, he promises that you'll get that as well if that's the reward you seek. So basically, with all your guys' backstories, just justify what was your decision. Or what led up to the decision that you were going to come to Whitebridge and be an adventurer and basically become a mercenary for this king is what you guys got to figure out. So,
Is there something that we're gonna know? Or is there something that you're gonna help guide us to?
well, I mean,
I'm asking you, should we formulate that as?
yeah,
plans?
you guys formulate that on your own. You're like, hey, this is the
Why did I
yeah,
do
this
it?
is the reason why I decided to answer the call X, Y, and Z, and then you can share that in game with everybody else.
Well, how are they actually recruiting? Is it by word of mouth?
So what's going to
posters?
happen is you show up to Whitebridge, you go to the castle, and there is like a representative of the king, kind of like his
No, I mean I need a
sidekick,
reason
that
to
kind
go
of thing.
into a town. Period.
Yeah,
I
'cause
need
of your
to
character.
know how
The most
I would
antisocial
find
character.
out from inside the woods, basically. Like I'll approach like the edge of the wood to like observe people,
Right.
but I haven't made that leap yet. So that's what I was wondering. Like,
Could I, on my way,
Mm-hmm.
maybe stumble across this character? Because I'm traveling, right? Because I left college after I graduated to kind of pursue my quest for knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm obviously going to Whitebridge because, he's offering me these things from
Right.
Flamehaven.
Right.
Because we agreed that.
Yep.
So would it be possible?
You could stumble upon
Yeah,
him and be like,
stumble
hey.
across him.
we
Come-
can have
come
a
with me.
meet cute based on a fucking dead animal.
There you go.
So like I could
Yeah.
be tracking an animal that I killed, or that somebody else killed, because
Or
that's
say,
part
because
of
I
my
got a
thing.
crossbow, so I'm out there hunting and I
Yeah.
shoot it to gather the meat and then also to play with its body. And then we
Because
come-
that's not morbid at all.
Yeah.
No, not at all.
Rated R.
I'm learning, guys. Fuck. So yeah,
Yeah.
I think
However you guys want to do it, however you guys want to spin your backstory to say this is the reason why I decided to do this.
and
If
because I'm
you guys wanna do
very
that, that's fine.
inquisitive. So like, I want to figure out why
yeah.
you don't speak.
Well, that might come across
Wait.
as a hostile
Don't worry
encounter,
about
though,
It's
because
weird.
of the way my character deals with animals.
Well,
Yeah.
maybe that's what it would take because then at that point you come up and confront me directly.
yeah.
So I'm like,
It's like your character encounters like a forest ranger. It's like, hey, hold up.
yeah.
Yeah. However you guys want to spend that, that's fine. Just let me know. And yeah, that'll work.
He's a DNR.
You can't shoot that.
So, but yeah, so that's how it's getting started. Oh yeah, so anyway, as I was saying, so you go to Whitebridge, you go to the castle grounds, and there's a representative there that has been tasked with bringing these adventurers in and being like, okay, this is how it all works, blah blah blah. This is how you get paid, and then you just report to him, that individual for new taskings and stuff like that. And
So we go there, get the tasker, come back to that person.
yeah,
Okay.
so yep.
Does this person have a name, the representative there?
Not yet.
Not yet? Okay. Cool. No, that's fine.
Still working on the
I
names.
got a whole
That's
NPC.
I'm sitting here trying to prep stuff, and I was like,
Yeah.
crap, this person needs a name.
Lackey by chance? That's crazy, dude.
Yeah, it's actually no. Lackey's the tax collector. Body is the guy that gives you that. It's crazy, Ratty. Yeah.
Oh, we
No.
find Ratty, I'm killing his ass. I don't care. I don't care what character.
Nah.
Your character does not know. I don't care. He's still gonna kill him.
Okay.
That's out of your alignment.
Guilt
Don't
by
care.
To bring you guys in.
Okay, so now kind of comes into more of the rapid fire info download kind of stuff. So there will be multiple like organizations that you guys can join if you so wish. So for example, like the City Guard, there's a Mercenary Guild, a Thieves Assassins Guild, and a Merchants Guild. And if you guys want more time to write that down, just let me know.
Print it off.
But
Is there a College of Winterhold?
no.
Is there a mages guild?
Except Snacker.
I will get to that in a second.
I mean, I'm not openly like
City Guard,
necromancy.
mercenary.
I just
Right.
Heard
playing it,
guards
I just do it on the
mercenary.
weekends,
Yeah,
no big deal.
I just dabble in this.
So for each of those factions, if you get hired by them, there's different levels of renown. So based on how much you do with them, you'll get more and more renown. Once you start ranking up, they'll give you more responsibility, that kind of thing. And then that will come into play. So, for example, if you join the City Guard and you guys have to do something that's kind of on the gray side of the law and you get caught, depending on your rank as a City Guardsman, you can be like, hey, bro, we're bros, we're City Guardsmen, let me go, like, that kind of thing. And so
What guilds were there again?
you got the City Guard, you got the Mercenary Guild, the Thieves Assassins Guild, and the Merchants Guild. And Thieves Assassin is one guild by itself.
So it's not Skyrim style.
It's totally Skyrim style. You found out. Yeah. So here's what I'm going to do with that is I'm trying to get everything on World Anvil.
Oh yeah.
To where basically you guys can just log into it. And then you can be like, oh, here's the NPC. This is what they look like, and this is all the information we know about them so far.
Okay.
I'm trying to get that up and running, so that way, and then whenever I do these recordings during the sessions, I'll upload that on there as well. So that way, again, if you're like, oh, I was TDY, I don't know what the fuck's going on, you can jump on there and be like, oh, this is what they did, this is who they met, and then you can go to that character's specific page, see what they look like, get all the info on them, and then that way you guys can catch up. Or if you're going along and you forget who a certain person is or a certain place, that kind of thing, you can jump on there and read about it on your own time.
Is that
So-
one of those websites where, as a DM, you
Like
can
Burn.
input all the stuff
Yep.
and
Well,
then
then.
reveal certain parts?
Yeah.
Okay.
So-
Well, be careful.
All I'm hearing is that the DM's not prepared. It's going crazy right
Gosh, it's crazy. It's almost like I have 5,000 things to do.
Welcome to being a
I feel
DM.
that.
So,
My next
Your Friday nights don't have plans.
all right. So,
now.
your guys' favorite part that you're gonna love: player taxes. So there's two things. There's players taxes, and then there's lifestyle. All right. So going with the player taxes. All right. As in Bagley's campaign, for those of us that were in it, by paying those said taxes, that will do things for the city. So it will like pay the city guard their weekly wage, or upgrading their weapons and armor, or fixing the roads, or fixing the castle walls, or stuff like that. Stuff that supports the city to make it, either to maintain it or to make it better. So you guys will pay your lifestyle taxes at the beginning of each session, assuming that you're in town. If not, as soon as you come into town, you'll get hit up for it.
Is that the one that's in the book? Or is it just, okay, is it just unique?
Does it
It's
have to
unique.
be actual currency?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna
Yes.
ask. Can we actually spend time instead?
It's currency.
I mean, like, what if my character doesn't really have gold?
Just chuck a
or
rock
silver?
at him.
Right?
Well, and instead
Just
they
run.
change, like, can we trade, like, pelts and stuff?
Here's how it's going to work, because I know your character's kind of about
I'm not
cities.
a town person, yeah.
Right. So when taxes come into place is when you spend a significant amount of time in the city, and you're considered to be, you've been there long enough that you're
A local.
kind of considered to be like a local, or not necessarily a citizen per se, but it's like, well, you've been in our city for 3 months now. It's like, it's time that you start chipping in.
It's not going to be like upfront, like how I.
Oh, hey, welcome to our city. You owe us 50 gold because
The
of,
second
you know,
walk into the
taxes.
city, somebody like
Exactly.
bombards you. Like, hey,
Exactly. Exactly.
We got to run through the city a few times.
Yeah, exactly.
So we're gonna have different levels where it be you actually have a place to live there.
Yeah, if you're in like the tavern, like I said, like 3 weeks to a month, that kind of thing, and it's kind of like your headquarters from where you're doing your ops out of, then you'll get hit for it. Or if you guys start buying houses within the city limits, then you'll definitely get hit up for it, because once you buy property within the city, you are definitely 100% a citizen of that city.
Could we start a business like a tavern?
Eventually,
Okay.
we will get
I
there.
Potentially start a cult.
I like this idea.
More to come.
I swear, I only
about my
I only do
character, how
necromancy
like
on the
yours.
weekends, but I definitely have a cult for it.
All I'm saying is that my guy, he's not very charisma based, but he's good. Sway a few opinions.
Sway a few- Hey, here's my cult of dead people. It's cool, yeah.
Are we gonna
But-
keep this more individual, or are there gonna be group taxes and shit too?
Individual.
Okay.
So it's just like in real world how everybody pays their own taxes, whatever, that kind of thing.
What's
So
the
the-
repercussions for not paying? You willing to?
So, with that being said, you have a choice whether or not you pay it. However, I strongly caution you against that, because if you straight out refuse, like how some people were in your campaign, straight out say, "Fuck you, dude, I ain't paying taxes," you will be arrested, and 1/3 of how much gold you have on you will be confiscated. So if you have
No pay.
20 platinum, they will take 1/3 of that.
What if we kill the sheriff of Nottingham?
Oh, you're fucked. I'll get to that in a minute. All right.
Is this gonna be milestone or XP based?
Milestone based.
Thank
Yep.
God.
Now, for example, if you choose to have a lavish lifestyle, you're like, "Oh, I'm an aristocrat and I rub elbows with the, most mighty people in the city," and that kind of stuff, and you refuse to pay your taxes, that will hurt your relationship with the aristocrat. Especially if you're like aristocratic, where everyone's all stuffy about, everything. It will hurt your relationships with those people.
Do you want us to explain the difference between experience and milestone?
Milestone better.
So milestones is where we hit this certain part of the story. You now are level 4,
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
as opposed to experience points. Yeah.
Oh, I killed the sheriff of Nottingham. Now I actually get level.
Now.
whatever.
I will say, I'm taking things slowly because I am extremely hungover.
Oh, okay. That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
Okay, now lifestyle points. This one's a little bit more tricky, because it's not like you have a guy that shows up and, "Hey, pay your dues," that kind of thing. Now I'm going off what's in the book, the different levels. So it's like, if you're being an aristocrat, it's like 10 gold per day minimum, that kind of thing. Whatever's on that chart, that's what I'm going by. So you can choose whichever lifestyle you want / can afford. So, however, if you're unable or unwilling to pay your lifestyle, then basically you will be knocked down to whatever lifestyle level that you can either afford, or if you have like no money, you'll just go to the very bottom and be living in
Wretched.
the sewers.
That
You know
would
what I mean?
because then you can't maintain your equipment.
Exactly.
So, question on that.
Unless
Yes.
I know in the book it says you can practice a profession to maintain I think it's modest lifestyle for free. Are you going with that?
Sure.
Okay.
Well, when do you have time for that?
Yeah, so during downtime actions, the way I'm going to do that is like, for instance, you know, you want to make your potion, stuff like that. That's something that you can do. Or if you're like, hey, I want to learn a little bit of blacksmithing so I can maintain my equipment, you know, stuff like that. Or you have the herbology guide. So you're like, hey, I want to try making this stuff or whatever. You know, you can do all that stuff as long as you're within the city at whatever your headquarters, for lack of a better term, you know, as long as you're there doing that, just hanging out, you can do those things. Unless it's something that you can actually do on the road, then you can do it while you're on the road. But
So if I wanted to do like spell scrolls for like insta reads, is that something I could do? As far as like my capabilities as a wizard.
He's a speed reader.
within reason.
No, like I'm saying, like I'll transfer a spell onto a scroll and then maybe hand it off to Chun's character.
Within reason, because
Okay.
what I don't want to have happen is, hey, everybody has 500 fireball scrolls, and no matter what comes against us, just wrecks our shit.
But that's
432.
balanced though, because he has to expend the spell
Yeah.
slots, use the material components, have the money for it. Like
Right.
it actually takes a bit of effort to transfer a spell to a scroll.
Right.
So
However, if you guys
Yeah.
start getting businesses up and running, like what I was trying to do in your campaign, then you're going to have a steady income, and you're going to be like, oh, I'm going to have all this freaking money that I can just spam this shit out because I have,
Well, I mean, you can
you
hire
know,
employees and shit too. But
yeah.
I'm
So,
just saying, because like if I have downtime and if I'm just not doing anything that's crazy.
but yeah, if you want to start doing that, yeah, we can go with that. Like I said, as long as it,
I'll work. Yeah.
but yeah, basically what I don't want to have happen is I don't want anything to happen to where you become so freaking OP that it's like nothing can
I
touch
got
you.
38 health, dude, so it's all good. 15 AC.
well,
So
in reference to the time thing, not specifically downtime. Everyone knows how downtime actions work
yeah,
for like short and long rests. But in between each session, are we picking up where we leave off? So like
Yes.
this session, like say we were to play introductions, wah. The next time we play, is it like as if you hit the pause, like it is
Yep.
midnight there and it's midnight same day the next
Yep.
time we pick up? Okay.
yep.
So there's no actual time spent between downtime.
Not between sessions. No. Now, if like I said, if you're back in town and you're like, hey, I'm gonna go sleep in my house and I'll see you guys tomorrow, then it's like, okay, you have 8 to 12 hours before you meet up with everybody again to do whatever you want to do.
Does sleeping in an establishment do anything more for you?
What, like give you
Like,
like
are you
rest
well
bonus?
rested versus rested? Yeah, I mean, that's important tidbits. There.
I mean, there will be a difference if you're sleeping on the street versus sleeping in a bed.
Gotcha.
But
Go.
yeah,
So the big difference though is like say we want to go practice smithing with a local, or we
Mhm.
want to work under a local smith or whatever. So we're going to use in-game time, session time to do those said actions. So everyone go do their own profession, hobby, whatever,
Right.
and then randomly meet back up to do a mission.
right. So it could be a thing like, hey, you guys as a collective, role playing it, say, hey, I kind of want to go work on some smithing stuff. Oh, well, I need to go shopping for materials for my scrolls.
During downtime, so.
Yeah, or just whenever you want to do it, whenever you're in town, you can be like, hey, before we go on this mission, can I get some blacksmithing time in? Okay, sure. We'll leave tomorrow or something.
Okay,
so that way
so-
everybody.
Kind of set it up to where we.
Yeah, we'll role play it out.
Yeah,
It's like-
yeah, you role play it out. So that will be based on your. Because just because you guys get, hey, you have this quest now, doesn't mean, unless I specifically say, hey, there's a time limit on it, you really can,
Do whatever.
yeah, you can do whatever. You'd be like, hey, do you guys want to go now, or do you want to go tomorrow,
Well, that
or
makes it easier
whatever?
then, because
Yeah.
now we'll know to
Yeah.
role play and ask for timelines where it's like,
Right,
well, hey, is the village going to burn down, or do we have a couple days
right,
before the onslaught?
exactly. And then, like I said, if whenever the session ends, if you end up at your house or at some kind of tavern, that kind of thing, then between sessions you can be like, hey, while we're doing this, I got 8 to 12 hours before we're meeting up in the morning. I'm gonna do X, Y, and Z, or I'm gonna go do some shopping first, or you're kind of doing your own thing at that point. But yeah, if you're like in the middle of the wilderness traveling to another city and the session ends, then the very next session it's like, like I said, just like with Critical Role, it's like, okay, well, you guys were camping out in the middle of nowhere on your way to this town. Okay, this is where you pick up from. You know, you pick up right where you left off.
Gotcha.
And so, yeah, so we're gonna do it that way.
Now, I did have one.
Now, so kicking it back to the lifestyle thing here. Yeah, so like I said, if you refuse to pay it or you can't afford it, then you will be dropped down to whatever tier you are willing to go to or can't afford. So,
Kind of in line with that, what if, say, we open up a business, but
Mm-hmm.
we arrange a deal with the town to actually achieve a certain lifestyle? Where would you put that?
I mean, how?
Like, say I were to open up a clinic that treats the guards as well
Yeah.
as the town folk. And that way I don't actually have to pay, but I'm offering the service to them.
Oh, as opposed to paying taxes or whatever.
Treating guards for free,
Exactly.
essentially? Okay.
We could work something like that out if
That
you
makes
want.
sense.
If once we get there, if you know, you can always try and ask them, you know, role play it out and be like, hey, instead of paying you, can I just treat the guards for free? Like any of the guards that come in, I treat them for free. You know, and you can try and see if they'll agree to that.
Oh yeah.
Like, okay, well, I will treat you, but it'll be in the next 4 months. Hope you don't die before then. So,
I'll have to arrange like people.
let's see. Yeah, okay, so the lifestyles are wretched, squalid, poor, modest, comfortable, wealthy, aristocratic. So, like I said, that's in the player's handbook. So if you want to read up more on that, you can. But that's what we're doing with that. Dates, if you guys want to write this down, because it's not going to be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Oh god. Did you make a calendar? Because I have a
Kind
very
of,
good
kind
website
of.
for you if you want it.
So, okay, so the days of the week. Monday is going to be called Morning Star, just how it sounds.
Like the weapon.
Exactly.
Okay.
I realized that after I made it, I was like, oh,
okay.
you know what? Whatever. I'll keep it. Tuesday is going to be Tendes. That's Tendes. Wayfor is Wednesday. And that's Wayfor. Oh, my bad. I didn't realize you were gone.
Yeah,
Wow.
Forgettable person. It's all good.
It's
Didn't
okay.
even realize it wasn't
Is this common knowledge or is this
Yeah,
like,
this
the days of the
I mean,
week.
it's the days of the week. It's coming. Now, you, though,
Yeah,
you're special.
yeah.
Fuck me.
You don't care about days of the week.
I'm gonna
Okay,
come up with
so
my
so
own
days of the
names.
week. Monday is Morning Star, just like it sounds, just like the weapon.
Thursday is gonna be round.
Down that way on the left, first right, boom roasted. Tiny house.
Tuesday is Tendes. That's Tendes.
What is that? Wait for it.
Wayfor is Wednesday. You caught up?
Yeah, don't yell.
Oh, okay, sorry. Good. Cherndes. Terndes is Thursday.
TER.
Terndes. Cherndes is Thursday.
My God.
Can you
I don't know
not
why I
type?
had issues.
I remember my first time typing on a keyboard.
God.
You should have seen me trying to talk to people because you can't work.
Friday is Ficken.
CK
Like-
or
I knew it. As soon as I said it, I knew you were gonna react.
Like thicken, but thicken.
Like German for fuck. Ficken.
Oh,
good. How is that?
That's Fickin.
Okay.
That's
a good name. It's a very good name.
Saturday is Swathor. That's Swathor.
Swathor.
And Sunday is Sun's Day. So SUNS and then day. I started running out of ideas, so I just kind of went with it.
Sun's
That's
Day.
real original there.
Hey, the creativity only goes so far. Okay, sorry.
There's only 7 days of the week.
I like how they're all
Alright.
unique and then just.
Did you get the last three there?
No.
Okay. Did
I
you
got
get
it.
Did you get Thursday? Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, you can copy your computer.
There you go.
It's easier to see.
Well, I know which day is gonna be my least favorite.
Ficken?
No, definitely Sun's Day.
Same.
I'm more of a moon kind of guy.
All right. Let me know when you're caught up there.
Like you.
Hmm?
Maybe that's
You
your
don't
flaw.
like
All right.
sunlight?
All right, so season/months, they do it a little differently. They don't have like their months are kind of like how our seasons are. So the January through March
This I can write down.
is called Last Frost. And that is like a 90-day month, if
Wait,
you
are these
will.
just names or is this actual depictions of the weather?
No, well, so yes, they are actual depictions of
They
weather.
like
They don't have months, right? They have.
seasons.
Well, they have months, but their month is like a season long. So like January through March, they call Last Frost.
Yeah, but they don't have like
But-
January, February. March,
No,
right?
no, they just call it Last Frost. And then when the time of the season comes up,
There's like a sub-tracking part, but the block is the majority of what you want to have, right?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Do they do the days like numbers like us, or
yeah, we'll just kind of
Like
because
14th,
Could-
picking
well
frost.
yeah, like you know how Skyrim kind of did.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that.
Gotcha.
So April through June they just call spring. I know, real original.
I like it. It's easy to remember.
Oh,
Exactly,
you're
right?
You're on a roll here.
Oh, just wait. July through August is summer.
oh,
September through October is fall.
September through
October, so 2-month period. And then November and December is called first frost.
oh.
Bam! So original.
I'm gonna make up my own name.
I mean, it makes sense because you,
Yeah, you're just kind of on your own.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll try to turn you guys.
All right.
This is what we actually gonna
This is the real names.
Fuck out of me.
Hey, you know what? That's such a better name. We're gonna use that from now on.
Just like, it's like that Captain Phillips meme, and I was like, I'm the DM now.
Right.
It's
My
like
character is heavily related.
Wabbit
What are
season.
like
Wabbit
widely
season.
known
Wabbit
holidays?
season.
Ooh. You know, I didn't
That's
even think
kind of
about
something
that.
that I would need.
Wait, what?
Widely known
He
holy
asked
days
what the
for
holy
different
days
deities.
are. Yeah, I'll get back to you on that.
Okay.
You wanna know which days are holy days?
Yeah, because of religion playing a big part.
Well, it
I,
depends on the
When
religion.
do we
I,
fast?
Yeah,
I
but
know,
they'd still
I
have
know
certain
that
days.
in the first frost area, they definitely have like a Christmas equivalent because it's Celtic. So like the whole Christmas tree thing, whatever.
What
you know,
you really need,
that kind of
since
thing,
it's
but-
Celtic, is you need solstice as well.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm kind of talking about. It's like the winter solstice kind of thing, and they have a
Makes
Christmas
sense.
tree and blah blah blah,
I
whatever,
was about
whatever.
to say
So,
Leif Erikson's day, but then I was
So-
like, wait.
wow,
that's
wow, that's definitely Nordic.
Nordic. Yep.
Okay.
Wrong one.
So the year is going to be 1984 of the Second Age. There is
Why
a.
you did that?
He's got it. See, I'm putting in these little nuggets to see if you guys get the reference or not.
I get none of the references.
It's okay.
Same. Look at that giant blob of fat.
All
I don't
right.
get the 84.
That's the year I was born.
Or was it?
Wow.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, I thought you were
I'm aware.
only a little older than me. Not that.
I know it's been a while.
Yeah, I'm an old man. Okay. Let's see.
No, I'm aware.
All right, now we get to the real crappy part because you're going to be doing a lot of writing, unless you just want me to send it to you.
Just type it up. I mean,
I
just
would
say it,
also
but type
like
it
it.
up.
All right, so if you want to write it down, you can write it down, or I can just print it out, hand it to you, or email it to you,
I'll
whatever.
remember it better.
So,
There's an option like 20 minutes ago.
my bad, guys. Hey, hey,
Everything you said, just type it.
hey, I'm a new DM. Okay, I'm trying to find my way through the weeds here.
That helps. I'm typing it up.
Okay,
I could be the.
okay. So before you leave, we're gonna print your notes.
Okay,
And,
so I'm the Dungeons & Dragons secretary now. Got it.
You
All right.
No,
Okay.
we call them scribes.
okay, so I have my scribe. Who's gonna be my timekeeper? All right.
Nice fingers.
Clearly the wizard.
If you want
Obviously,
to, you
yeah.
don't have to.
Wait, what?
I can always transcribe
Wizards
your
are
notes and
timekeepers.
type them.
Yeah.
Because
Okay.
No, I
one
wanna
of your
type.
abilities is you always know what time it is.
No, I want to type.
Oh my god.
All right.
I'm
So-
gonna check time.
We're gonna do city locations now, so there's gonna be a lot to this. So so there's two continents, eastern, western. The eastern kingdom locations is called Zidune.
There we go.
That's
Look at that.
Zidune. That's not on there actually.
Spell that again.
Well, then what the
Zidune. I can't help it. The website that I made that on, that's an old map, and it doesn't support it anymore, so I couldn't fix it. Okay, sorry.
Wait,
What
so
the fuck? I wasted
Zidune,
ink on
what is
this
Zidune?
game.
So Zidune is the name of the entire eastern continent. All right.
Oh my
Alright, so
god,
the
I
Eastern
can turn my
continent-
gas off.
Exactly. If you want to write down,
I thought you were
and,
typing.
put an
I
arrow or
am.
something. The entire eastern side is Zidune.
Yep.
The whole continent.
Zidune.
G-I-E. Oh, it does not show.
Zidune.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. So those are broken. If you got the color map, it's broken up by color.
Yes, I have the color map.
All right. So
Am I in wolf form?
the one that is named Shera.
I'm in wolf
Is this
form.
still
It's
Eastern?
black and white.
This is all Eastern right now. Yeah. So you have Shera, which is like the kingdom name. All right, and that's Shera. And it contains the cities of Icekeep, Ghostfell, and Nightmaw.
Sweet, that's where I'm from.
All right.
Ice
And then-
Keep, Ghost Spell,
Oh, and Nightmaw.
Night.
And that's night like a knight in shining armor night.
Knight? Okay.
Real original, I know. Actually, there's a reason why it's spelled that way. Okay.
Nightmaw as in maw, like a.
Now, do you guys want the breakdown of what you guys generally know for the city, or do you want me to just give you all the names first and then the descriptions after?
Names first.
So all the names first. Okay. The second country is Athor, Athor. And it has 4 cities.
What's wrong with
It has Stormwell, Flamehaven,
it?
Direfall, and Dim Coast. And if you need me to repeat that, let me know.
What are the last two again?
Direfall and Dim Coast.
You guys are gonna put some points in.
Dimco.
Don't fuck around.
Yes, man.
Yeah, these apples are fucking fire.
What are they?
All right.
Dim.
And then the last country for the Eastern Kingdoms is called Resna, Resna.
Didn't Coast is this one. It's Stormwell, Flamehaven.
I don't think it matters what order
I
I,
know,
put these in.
It doesn't. I put them in an alphabetical order because I'm OCD like that. So,
That's
you know.
not.
At this point, I'm just trying to catch up.
Although now I'm looking at it, Athor should be on the top of the other
Yeah.
two. But anyway, I digress.
Wow, dude, honestly, you know, I'm done now, dude.
All right, and Resna has Demon Light, Castle Mount,
I'm not staying away from
and Night Coast.
I'm not going to date with y'all can fuck off.
Is that anything
I'm
like
assuming-
Silverlight?
No.
Okay.
I'm assuming the size
Totally
of
missed
Wait,
the last three because
uh,
I made that.
Demon Light
Whoa.
Castle
These
Mount.
are like the cities.
and Night Coast.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
know.
you're right.
That's,
Yeah,
that's
you're
like
right.
the country.
Which
and then,
kind of night is it
you know,
this
like
time?
Castle
This time it's
It's
actually
regular
like
night.
this is the
Okay.
regular night.
Look at the map.
The one that I
If you look at the map I sent everybody,
there.
oh hey, it's almost like someone printed it out for you.
The names of the cities, does that correspond to like the size of the city?
Yeah,
Like,
so
Oh,
the
okay.
bigger it is, so the bigger names are the country names, and then the slightly smaller names are the city names.
Wow, so Flamehaven's just a little bitch then, huh?
Nah.
Alright.
Okay,
It's underground.
now going into each individual city and what you guys generally know, like this is general knowledge that like everybody knows, it's been established, this is what you know about the city. Unless you specifically come from that city, then you will know more, but I will give you guys that information as required later. So I know like the guys from Flamehaven, I'll get you that later, what you specifically know about the city,
Oh, yeah.
and then we'll go from there. What is on my fucking elbow? Alright, so
I'm gonna pick up a little grandma.
in Ice Keep, it is a city with old keep ruins that are always frozen, even in summer. Know that is not a Frozen joke.
Sure.
I don't like it.
So don't go there.
Just let it go. I'm staying away.
Backward, just let it go, dude.
I'm going to Flamehaven, that's where I'm staying, dude. Bet.
Alright,
Never bothered you. Anymore.
Ghostfell. It is a town that is haunted by the dead.
Nice. Wanna go there?
So, Necromancer,
The Ghost Fell?
Ghostville, town that is haunted by the
I'm
dead.
gonna write that on there.
I'm avoiding
Visit
that one for a bit.
Is
Ghostville.
there
I
a sword
don't want to
that
go
can
to
control
this
them?
country.
All right,
Dead boy.
Night Ma. It is a city named after a beloved knight that was slain by Ma.
His mom or someone else's mom?
M-A-W Ma.
Like mama.
So his or someone else's?
Ma!
Like
Meatloaf.
Ma. I need some water. All right. Now, Stormwell. It is a major castle city. Now, when I say castle city, I mean there's a castle there. It's like a capital city because it has the castle there, and it's significantly bigger than the other cities that are within the country. Okay,
I'm guessing there's a castle there.
so there's definitely a castle there because it's a major castle city.
Are we clear on the castle?
Smart ass! And it is the seat of the Eastern Continental Power.
Blow that city up.
Powerhouse.
So
Where the castle's at.
it is one of the powerhouses. We will get to that in a second.
I'm gonna put a little P boy right here. Little P, little star thing around.
So then star.
Yeah. Oh,
The
shit.
little cities are just empty stars.
Yeah, but I think noting the powerhouse is kind of going to be important too, so we don't fuck around too much in there.
All right. Flamehaven. City that is always brightly lit year-round. Magic users thrive here.
I would suck to sleep there.
Hey,
It's like permanently sleeping on mids.
Not
Just
cast
get-
darkness,
just-
dude. What's up?
Yeah,
Roll.
just blackout curtains, dude.
Exactly.
Always.
All right. Now, if you actually come from that city, and I haven't talked to you already, I will explain to you later why, like how it works as far as like how you're more like how you thrive there and the why. All right. Direfall. Many have fallen outside of this city. It is a major battle area due to it being the crossroads of the Eastern Continent.
It's about time. PvP enabled.
Exactly.
The dark zone.
Yeah, it's dark zone. Dark zone of all of this fucking division.
All right. Dim Coast is a coastal city. It is always foggy there year round.
These places are getting sketchier and sketchier.
Yeah. Let's just avoid this continent.
Yeah, let's just not go there.
I say we just hang out and
I will explain that in a second. All right. All right. So Demon Light. It is a town belonging to tieflings.
Ew.
Hey.
Let's stay away
So
from that.
in your specific backstory, since you're going to be a tiefling, I will need a reason why you decided to leave there. Because pretty much the way it's working, also with Dragonborns as well, is they have a city that is like their own, where like 99.9% of the people there are tieflings, and then Dragonborn as well. So they don't really venture out in mass groups. It's like onesie twosies kind of thing across the world. I'm not saying that if you go to these other cities that there won't be a tiefling there, but I'm just saying it's not like, oh, 5% of this city is tiefling, because they pretty much stick to themselves because of how they're treated. Yes, Bagley.
So as far as racial like discrimination and stuff like that, would she experience more because of her race?
Yes.
Is that a
Yes.
big
Yeah,
part
he-
in here? Okay.
So
Made
so
that very
so
clear.
so in the book under races, it talks about like half orcs
Yeah.
and
I was
tieflings and
trying to see- I
dragonborn
was
stuff
trying
like
to see if
that.
minority were gonna get
Yeah.
worse.
So in a lot of places, I know specifically it says like if a half orc walks in, they'll like be like, oh hey, put the good stuff away, because half orcs are known to start fights in taverns and stuff like that. It's gonna be like that. Now some places will be worse than others.
Gotcha.
So it just depends on where you're at.
So I get that for Dragonborns, because Dragonborns need to be born from Dragonborns.
So yeah,
Right.
what I read was tieflings are actually born from
They
humans
can
who
be.
have made a deal with some sort of devil or demon or something along
Yeah,
those
tieflings
lines.
Right.
can be tiefling and tiefling, or human and human if there was an infernal pact.
Oh, worse, like a warlock. Dude.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So basically it's gonna be like tiefling human.
Okay, so you
So that's how it's going to be with us.
yeah.
then. Okay.
But regardless of which way that goes, yeah, they're they're gonna be skeptical of you.
Okay.
I more
So-
meant like, what if one's not born there? Like, if they're born somewhere else.
That's gonna
how
be
is that seen?
extremely rare. Because, like I said, because of how they're treated and because they have a city that's dedicated to their race, they have to have like again. Why did you leave? You have an entire city that's full of your people. Why? What made you
boring.
leave?
If you
I got
did-
bored, dude.
if
I
you
wanted
did
Rex and
the-
shit.
The random one, you would have to have a decent backstory saying as to why, like
Right.
if it were human,
But no, I
human
meant
with the pact.
for her. Because
Yeah,
she
if it-
wasn't born there.
If it were human with the pact or whatever, you would have to explain how the fuck, like, you'd have to give some background on
Yeah.
the pact.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Where
Which
does-
someone had to deal with the devil.
Pretty much is how I had it written out. I could change it, obviously. It's not that big a deal because that's what I read. But somebody in her family had made a pact with somebody, and that's why she was trying. She spent her entire life trying to figure out what the fuck happened, why she is the way she is.
Some Stanley Young.
There are a
shit.
lot of elves in Flamehaven.
There's actually
Because my elf is
a lot of everybody in Flamehaven, just because they're kind of one of the least racist because they don't really care just as long as you're like a magic user. They're like, oh, you're a magic user. Okay, cool, come on in.
they're
You're in the club.
classist. Got it.
Yeah, they're definitely classist. So, Alright.
Well, I'll talk to you offline about that one.
okay.
Disregard.
Okay, so Castle Mount. It is
This where you ride
another.
on castles, right?
Huh?
This is where you ride the castles.
Exactly. Yeah.
Got it.
You ride it into battle. Exactly. No, Castle Mount is another major castle city, and it is fighting for power against Stormwell.
Would you say it's a powerhouse like Stormwell?
Yes.
It's a powered entity.
It's like the U.S. going against Russia, like the two superpowers of the continent constantly clashing with each other, trying to tip the scales in their favor so they can take over the whole continent and rule the whole continent as an empire. But as of yet, neither one has been able to tip the scales in their favor.
What's the reason for the fight? Just differences.
Power.
Gotcha.
Just
Is there a difference?
petty
in,
differences.
Not so much religion, but it's like political standings. Or are they roughly the same? They
Is
just
one-
have-
I mean, they're
One
roughly the
communist.
same.
They're gonna die first.
They're roughly the same. It's just they're trying to gain more power.
Gotcha.
So if they take them over, then
They
it's
want
like, oh,
their
if we take
power.
these guys over, then we can get an empire and we can get more money and have more wealth and more everything.
Fire Nation.
Yes.
So,
Fire Nation, dude.
but
Gotcha.
all right. So Chun, since you were gone, I don't know if you heard Castle Mount, major castle city, fighting for power against Stormwell.
Okay.
And then we have Night Coast. It is a coastal trading city. It is always dark as night there.
Nice, I like it.
It is a major pirate/thieves guild port.
Where's that at?
I like
Night
it less.
Coast. So,
How easy would it be to sneak onto a ship there to get to the Western continent
That's the open place to do it.
for someone who's
you're
possibly considering
you're
that
definitely
for
not
backstory?
doing that. You're definitely leaving from a specific location if you're coming from the Eastern Kingdoms. Because that's how the story goes. To get you all together in a group.
I want it to be unique.
So,
Why would you do that while I'm writing?
I'm sorry. I didn't
well,
realize
because I have to
guys-
get you guys all together in a group and be like, oh, let's hang out, so,
Let's all hang out.
yeah, we should
I
hang
just meant
out.
because it's a trading city, so I
So-
don't know if they go to the Western continent.
But, alright. So, that's it for the Eastern Kingdoms. Any other questions for the cities I covered? Okay,
I have a question.
what's up?
So, how does Castle Mount fighting against Stormwell? How does Ice Keep and Shira fit into that?
Hold on. Let me see the map.
They're like
these
technically
guys
middle.
fighting these guys.
Right.
Where do these guys fit?
So basically what happens is they're like, okay, we're going to fight each other.
They're just getting
They start
us-
marching their armies, and then they pretty much meet in Ghostfell. And that's where, like, a lot of the major battlegrounds are. Hence why Ghostfell is filled with ghosts. Because, oh, gee, look at that. A bunch of people die here, and now their ghosts are here.
But as far as these two, they're going to be more like Sweden's essentially, kind of like, no, dude, neutral parties until y'all fuck up real bad, or
Yeah, it's kind of like the reason how they're still there is because think of like Game of Thrones with the twins, where it's like, oh hey, you need my bridge to win this war. So what are you gonna provide me if I put you up in my city?
they're opportunists.
Yeah,
Okay.
because well, they can't really help it because they're literally in the middle of where these two armies meet. So they're like, okay, well let's get something out of
They're
it.
gonna side with the most money, essentially.
Exactly. So it's like, okay, well they offered me this. What are you offering me? You know, that kind of
entire
thing.
town is a mercenary.
Yeah, exactly. So if you want to be a mercenary, that's where you're going to come from, guaranteed. Okay, Western Kingdom locations.
What is
The name is Orion,
like Oreo?
like Urion. Orion.
That is not at all spelled how I thought it was.
What's your?
All right.
All of them. Everyone's a killer. Drug
So-
dealer, too.
You have the country of Uthen, Uthen.
I hope all of these start with a U.
They don't.
That's disappointing.
Okay, this is where Whitebridge is. All right.
White from?
Shut up. That's where I got the inspiration. Whitebridge is a major port city. It is.
God, we're going right.
It is currently competing with Fairford for dominance. So just kind of like how Castle Mountain and Stormwell are fighting each other for power, Whitebridge and Fairford are fighting each other. So Fairford. So kind of think of it as like in history how you had the British and French were always fighting each other, trying to see who was better. With both of these continents, that's kind of how it is. They'll fight for a little while, fight for a few years, and then they'll go to their separate cities and leave each other alone, and then they'll fight again. It's kind of like an off and on war thing. All right.
Each one of these major cities has a big army. Then I'm assuming.
So the way it works is each kingdom is like a collective. So whenever they go to war, they're like, "Hey, you need to send your bannermen to meet up with the rest of the group to fight."
Now these two continents, have they been at war before with each other?
No.
Got you.
All
Y'all like cultists, dude? What's up?
right. And you'll find out why when I explain the Eastern Kingdoms a little bit more. Silverfair is also in this country. It is 100%. The reason why it's there, it is a massive mining town. And when I say massive, I mean there are multiple mines of different materials
Why does it have a small name then?
surrounding the area. Because it's not quite as large as Whitebridge, because it's kind of like Proxy City. Would that be the right
Does
word?
it have like a medium sized one?
Like, look, dude, I can't change the map, okay? You know what? Screw it. Screw it. I'm redoing the entire world. The continents are changing. The names are changing. Screw you guys.
Thank God. No, okay, so.
But no, the whole reason why that town is there is because of the mines, and that 100% falls under Whitebridge. They are very protective of it. Because there's multiple mines, that's a huge income for them.
No, it's okay. No, I can't. No, freaking. I'm gonna put a big money symbol by it because that's our money maker. Right?
Yep, that is one of their big money
Do we have a
makers.
list of materials that's mined in that area?
I mean, it's like copper,
You don't have to tell me all of
silver,
them. I'm just asking if
yeah.
you had a list that I can potentially get printed off and given to me at a later date.
Give it to you. No, it's just common stuff. Like I said, copper,
okay,
silver,
okay.
ore, you know, that
So
kind of
it's
shit.
not more exotic metals.
No.
There's no mithril.
Mithril.
There's no mithril. No. All right. The third town is Greenville.
Did you need a volcano for mithril?
Mithril?
Or some sort
Maybe.
of lava based?
I think it's adamantine.
That's adamantine.
Unobtainium?
Mithril, I don't think you need it. Mithril is the real light, like purplish.
Oh no, I'm
whitish.
thinking of.
Adamantine's the green
No,
stuff
what's
that
the other one?
makes
I'll
you
take all
immune
of
to
it.
critical
Oh.
hits.
No. Yeah. Third town is named Greenville.
That's very different.
It is a town of rolling hills and grassy fields.
So it's the Shire.
Think of the Shire. That's it, because that's where a lot. Oh, gee, it's almost like it was already written. There's a lot of halflings that live there. Crazy.
Nice. What is it, Greenville?
Greenville with an E on the end.
Yeah, of course.
All right. The next country is called Adril. Adril.
Advil?
Advanced medicine for pain, because they're always at war? No. It contains Dragonside, which, wow, imagine that. City consisting of Dragonborn. It's crazy. So if you're playing a Dragonborn, I'm going to have to get with you later for some specific details for the backstory on that. Because again, since you're not there, you have to explain why you're not there. So,
Question.
C.
Is there any islands between these two continents?
No.
That is no.
It is open water
Can I
between
create an island?
it is open. I mean, if you got like a level 25 wizard spell that can do it, I mean,
I know a guy who's playing it. You know what I'm saying? If I have,
But,
if I have a bottle of endless dirt,
I'm just saying.
we can make something happen.
Fuck it. You create a land bridge between the two continents, and now it's one continent. Fuck it.
Not a land bridge. We're gonna create a trading
That's what I'm
outpost.
saying. I'm gonna charge
Build
you
a
for it.
wall and tax everyone.
Yeah.
No,
So
there,
it's just dirt, though.
there are no islands between these two continents.
Okay.
All right. The second city is Mistbrook. One word.
Does it also have an E at the end?
It does not have an E at the end. All right. It is a city that is foggy from sunset to sunrise. Oh my god. Puppy's getting something.
Something fucked up. So you know he's not supposed to be barking, dude.
Hey, shut the fuck up, dog.
Ah, prick! I can sit down.
Yes.
Put your dick
Lots of
away.
fun. Is it also coastal then? Or is it just a random foggy?
Let me see the map. Where's
You don't know what your own map looks like?
God.
God, I'm a terrible DM.
What are you new?
I am. We're on the west side, Mistbrook. Yeah, it's kind of close to what I'm not saying that it's a port city, but
Okay.
it's it's relatively
It's
close
somewhere around there.
to the water because it's way over here.
That's fair.
All right, Crystal Wind. All right,
Sounds painful.
it is a city known for magical crystals.
Oh, word, you don't say.
Are they edible?
Where's my casters at?
So, hold up. What kind of magical properties?
Mappy map.
Can
Say
we
again?
move them to
What kind
change
of
class?
what properties? Because it's known, right? That it's known for crystals. So what kind of
So
properties these crystals have?
people like the general populace don't know. They know that there's crystals there, and like mages are like, "Oh my god, it's crystal wind!" Ah.
Me as a mage.
But specifically, unless you go there, people don't specifically know what the crystals do.
Are they edible? Because you know someone's tried.
Can you use
No, but you are allowed to have sexual intercourse with said crystals because it's D&D. Why not?
Are they crystal people?
They're shard mines. Got it.
Life ambiguously gave you
I've never seen a crystal human baby before.
Wait, they vibrate. Oh no!
It's a magical hum.
Just to clarify, it is not crystal people.
Sure.
Alright, so that's something. Okay.
But
so it's
if you, it's crystal meth. Yeah.
Grind them.
There you go. You just snort it, whatever. But no, if you are a mage, you do know that
Should I make a pilgrimage there?
there are crystals there, and they are of, as far as you know, they have magical properties. You don't specifically know what they are unless you've been there, but you know that it's probably something that you should check out as a mage or magic user in general.
That's me. So.
Is that like arcane magic?
Put like a
Or
little hole down there?
Yeah,
Mm.
put a
'Cause I have
big old
divine.
fat wizard symbol there, like a wizard.
Lightning bolt, lightning bolt.
or did you not?
My next
Huh?
decide that yet?
I mean, you'll have to go and find out. Man.
Okay. Well, I didn't know.
You're gonna have to go check it out.
Take over this mining town.
Is there potential to use some crystals for reagents?
Define reagents.
Making potions.
Ooh,
Increasing effectiveness.
maybe you'll have to go there and find out.
With potion making, because we have a herbalism guide.
Mm,
Are you using that specifically, like nothing else, or are you kind of like
For potion making?
potion making?
For anything really, because it's medicine too, like the
Yeah.
herbalism kit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll say just for the sake of to keep it simple, we'll stick to as long as you think it's good enough. We'll just stick with the herbalism guide. But if there's something that's not in the guide that you want to make, we can cross that bridge when we get to it and be like, oh yeah, go ahead,
Easy.
go ahead and try for it, whatever. that kind of thing.
Is all of this water that is around these continents or islands or whatever you want to call them, is it salt water?
It's salt water. It's salt water.
Is the water that's inland like the little?
Yeah, so there's no like rivers or anything like that on the map because the map didn't put it on there, or at least on the black and white version it did put it on there. But there are like rivers and ponds and lakes,
Oh,
you know, small lakes
you can
and stuff
kinda
like
see
that.
on the colors,
Yeah.
there are some rivers and stuff. on
Yeah.
there.
The map's not
Yeah,
the map's not
okay.
all inclusive, so
Yeah, no, I'll print off probably like 2 copies. But how it's gonna work.
just so you guys know, because you're asking a lot of questions about the map. What you have to understand is this map is like a very general map. Because as you see there's cities on there,
Kind of like roads and shit.
but this isn't like the road atlas or
So what
anything.
you're saying is that there's islands in between the two.
It's definitely known that there's not islands in between. Oh my god, there's no islands.
Yeah, I want to finish.
Because here's the thing. So
Swim it.
from all the different port cities, they've been through the areas and around the continents and stuff like that enough to where what's on the map as far as landmass is they're like, okay, there's no other islands here.
So what you're saying is.
But when it comes to like the inland stuff, it's like, okay, we're not going to put every little bumfuck town on this map because nobody cares. This is supposed to be like a general map
I care.
of what's there. Well, then go get your motherfucking self a road atlas.
What if I cross
Yeah, we're
the
gonna
bumfuck
find
town?
Yeah,
So-
what if we're lost?
Unfilled map.
It's not Google Maps, okay? It doesn't have everything. It's Apple Maps.
We don't even have dimensions with like
What?
the scale of how
Are
many
you-
miles
Yes.
and inches.
Oh, okay.
I'll cover that in a second.
Okay, yeah, he does.
Huh?
I'll cover that in a second as far as
Do I have
scale.
everything in the car? Yeah.
All right.
Dude,
Keep
you
my
just
laptop
keep
safe.
eating and I want to eat food too.
Okay. The next country. Let's go on to the next country.
Oh, it's in the car. I'll go-
Eshington is the next country name. That's Eshington. All right.
Named after somebody.
No, that one is not. So it contains the city of Fairford, aka the Crossroads. Is kind of its nickname that everyone has given it. It is also a castle city in the middle of the continent, hence the name Crossroads. Wow, too easy. All major roads through the western continent go through this city.
So it's like,
Hence why it's the
Tram.
Crossroads.
it's like tram.
So,
You want fun?
No, a lot of people know about that one.
Dude, make sandwich, dude.
It's like tram.
It's just food.
tram?
Yeah.
I don't get that reference.
It's a city to where there's legit a crossroads in between, and there's like imagine like
Well, the road
in
doesn't go.
Aladdin.
The road doesn't go through the city. It's just like the King's Highway kind of a thing. Like the King's Highway goes by this city. You know, all the major like King's roads.
That's a 4.
I'm not calling it King's Roads, but I'm just saying from other lore they call it like the King's Road or whatever. All of the major roads that go through this continent eventually go in the area of Fairford.
So it's a town next to a crossroads.
Yeah, it's not like you go in the city and oh hey look, I'm literally standing in the middle of 2 different roads here. No, it's not like that. It's just all the major roads go by Fairford to where Fairford is like, oh hey look, there's Fairford on your right.
So would Fairford get
It's literally
a good little chunk of the good shit before it goes to the main town then?
Yeah, so because
build roads just entirely around.
yeah, so they get a lot of trade through because they're not by water. A lot of their money comes from people passing through there, going to other parts of the country of the continent. Where with Whitebridge, they get money from their mining town, but they also get money from shipping shit back and forth to the Eastern Kingdoms and back.
Gotcha.
All right, so next one is Springbrook.
I'm just plotting right now, so I'm doing.
Springbrook is a town known for water with magical properties.
You know what I'm saying? Let's just go ahead and put a little wizard hat here.
I don't know if that looks more like a wizard hat enough to you.
I can extrapolate it. We'll be out.
All right,
Springbrook.
Springbrook without an E on the end.
I'll pull it anyway.
I did.
All right. You good?
Yeah.
All right. Next is Iron Falls. This is a iron mining town. Essentially, think of it as an equivalent to Silver Fair. This is like Fairford's version of Silver Fair. And this is where they get a lot of their income as well from the iron ore that they sell.
So it's another mining town.
Another mining town. An iron mining
Is
town.
it as big as the other one?
No. Not quite as big.
Bring out more quality material.
Because like I say, Silver Fair, it has like 4 or 5 different mines within a 5-mile radius
I guess-
of the town.
Would it be more of quality or quantity for this particular mining thing?
I mean, as much as, quality of iron that you can get, yeah.
I would think maybe they're pulling out like fucking some rare material. And
Yeah.
it's smaller, but make more money.
Yeah. So, alright. And then you have Ravenfield. And no, I did not base this on your characters. Many religious people following Odin reside here. Now, I don't want people to get confused because I know I said Celtic only. I will explain when we actually start playing, and if you actually go there to do stuff, how they fit in with everything.
So as far as religion goes,
Yes.
if Knox doesn't want to have a religious preference, he just wants to experience the power of a god before he believes in one. Will that have an effect as far I guess not having a deity, is that going to be a big part?
I'm kind of in the same boat.
No.
Yeah.
If you're kind of like a what's it called? Not atheist. The other one. We're like agnostic. If you want to be agnostic, that's fine. That won't screw you over if you're agnostic.
Then I know it was very heavy. I didn't want to
Right.
have a disadvantage.
Well,
being
I was just going to cover that. So there's 2 major pillars of religion that are in this world. So you have your Celtic, like I told you guys, pick a Celtic deity or whatever. But then there is a up-and-coming religious group that serves a goddess called the Maiden Mother. Just how it sounds, Maiden Mother. All right. So I was thinking about the other day, the way you can equate this is, say, like way back in the day, you had the Jews, but then when Jesus came around, then, oh, hey, now we have this new religion called Christianity. And so as they gained in popularity, they started becoming as popular as as Judaism. That's kind of how the Celts are here, where everyone is Celtic or they're atheist or agnostic or whatever. But then now you have this new group with the Maiden Mother that's gaining popularity.
Gotcha.
So.
Okay. Crusades. And then the Crusades begin.
Then the Crusades happen and everybody dies. Alright, thanks for playing the campaign. Alright.
Hell yeah, dude.
Alright.
You like that +0 to my strength modifier, dude?
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. I ain't lifting shit.
Alright.
-1.
Oh, fuck yeah,
Go
dude.
for
He's a
info.
wizard. Why would he lift any of that? Oh, fuck. Make
I
other people do it
use
for
giant
you.
swords.
Yeah.
I have some other stuff, but it's minor stuff just for gee whiz, like how when you talk to people, like different like noble titles, stuff like that. I'll just print that out for you. You don't really need to write that down or anything like that. But yeah, for the most part, just to get everyone up to speed, because I know I kind of told people already, there will be, because there's so many adventuring groups come to Whitebridge, there will be another adventuring group that you guys will run into. And part of what I'm going to do with that is, like, if someone's not here due to a TDY or whatever, one of their members will kind of, and I'll do it through role-playing storyline or whatever, I will bring them in to kind of replace that person. So that way it's not like, oh, we're going up against this monster and there's supposed to be 6 of us, but now there's only 4. No, these 2 guys from this other group come in and they join you for whatever reason.
Could we hire them?
No.
Have 12 people.
No.
What if we have a standing rivalry with people who end up in the group? Would it cause fighting?
What if someone creates water inside of their instruments and pisses off their group?
That could be a
Don't
thing.
worry about that.
Oh man,
That
you
could
guys
be
are gonna
a
get so fucked.
You like
I
calm
can't wait.
emotions, dude? I know the spell.
God.
I'm telling you, dude.
Wait, it's so weird. You cast calm emotions and nothing happens.
They actually
so
get
crazy.
angrier.
They actually get more angry. Roll for initiative.
Alright.
Nah, so with what you said as far as like rivalry, that type of shit, yeah, you might run into because the way I'm gonna do the quests is like if it's something simple where you go in and they're like, hey, we need you to hand deliver this scroll to this person. Okay, that's pretty straightforward and simple. They're only gonna open that to like one group, and once you say, hey, we'll do it, then that's it. But if it's like with Bagley's campaign, how we went and fought a Hydra, and then in the middle of it, these fuckers come up and they start shooting at us because they're another group trying to get the fame and glory and money from it. If it's something like that where you find this big dangerous monster, they'll be like, look, we don't care who fucking does it. This thing just needs to die. They'll open it up to more adventuring groups where you might be like, okay, we're killing it. Oh, fuck, we're getting shot in our ass by this other adventuring group that's trying to steal our shit. You know, you might run into that kind of shit. Or it might be like an evil adventuring group that's like, hey, let's just kill them just because we're evil. You know, you might run into like that kind of shit.
I'm just kind of wondering just
So-
how much initiative I'm going to need to take if we see another
It's so
party.
lost.
Because I will break people's legs. For
Oh my
shit.
god, he's so violent. Gosh, can we keep it PG-13? Jesus
Just for
Christ.
shits and gigs.
So, yeah, you guys will have to cross that bridge when you get to it, but yeah. So,
Starts falling earlier. She's like, what the fuck?
So yeah. So anyway, with that being said, as far as how I'm going to run the campaign, yeah, there's going to be some heavy topic items in it, such as like, you know, racism, potentially slavery, shit like that. If that bothers anybody, to where you're like, hey, because of this situation, like that bothers me, let me know and I'll take it out because that's not really that important. I don't want to upset anybody. But there are going to be some heavy topics like that, and so
I want slaves, so.
Can
yeah.
I own? No, I'm just kidding.
You cannot own slaves.
Just kidding.
So you
This is 2019. You can't own slaves.
Indentured servant.
actually, I'm pretty
That's what I
sure.
call all my dead folks that I raise up.
Hey, they're
It's
dead
only
people, so
1984.
technically they're not slaves. I brought them back. Okay, Bagley, fuck off. It's still slavery. They have to be willing to help you.
That's crazy because I gave them the will to help me. Wow!
So crazy.
That's fucking wild. Alright.
At least it's not like
Um,
class where you control their body, but they still have a mind.
Right?
That's fucked up.
Yeah, that's a little creepy, dude.
They can't
Not gonna lie.
willingly like give up information about you that you don't want them to, but they can
Gripes.
withhold some information from you.
That's fair enough.
All right, yeah. So for the most part, that's all I got for you guys as far as my part of the information download. So,
Yeah, dude.
any questions that you guys have, I will take it this time.
What's first
Well,
session?
well, first, let's do. Do you have any questions about the campaign itself, not like backstories
Does
or
this
anything like that?
include like specific info for where we're from?
Uh, yeah, I mean that's kind of backstory. Like, do you have any issues like with like the cities or like, hey, how's this mechanic gonna work? Like that kind of stuff. I was thinking about. I know I talked to you about this. I was thinking about fucking with the currency and how much that costs, but I decided against that. So it's
The
just
silver thing.
well, the way I was gonna do it is I was gonna make it to where instead of like, hey, 10 silver equals a gold, I was gonna be like 100 silver
That's what I
equals
did
a
for
gold.
mine.
I was gonna do that and I decided against it. So it's just gonna be straight regular from the book
If
currency
I
exchange
already
rate.
rolled my gold, is that okay? From my
Your
He
gold.
said he didn't change it. So.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
That's
I
fine.
have 140 gold.
Okay.
That's what I'm starting with.
That's
I rolled really well.
about to say, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. You can keep. Speaking of that, I'm glad you brought that
Roll
up.
for yours?
All right.
You roll for your gold. It's in
Oh, then you just get a bonus
Yeah.
for back.
Now you can't do this because you've already done it. But because I allowed you to do it, I'm going to open it up to everybody else.
Damn it!
So I'm going to do this one of two ways. Okay? Because I told you guys to make multiple characters.
We got 3.
So first of all, is there anyone that needs to roll their stats for me? Okay. Here's how this is going to go down. We're gonna roll for it, and then whatever you get, we'll look at the numbers. You can do one of two things. If you get a 9 on one of your stats, I will let you re-roll it until you get something better than a 9 on 1 9. So if you have 3 9s on your stats, you can re-roll one of them until you get a 10 or higher. Or if you roll super shitty and you have like 4 9s and like an 18 or something, you can take the risk of re-rolling the whole thing one time, but whatever you get on that re-roll is what you get. Now, if you get 8s, obviously you re-roll 8s. But if you get like 9, 9, 9, 9, 18, and that's your re-roll, your character's gonna suck. So it's a gamble.
They're really good at one thing.
I break down doors. That's my only job. Hodor! Oh shit, that's probably loud as fuck on the
Wait, so I
mic.
can re-roll the
So-
1 9 I got.
You can roll
That's what I
the
sent
the
you.
one you can re-roll the 1 9, or you can re-roll the whole thing. But then whatever you get is whatever you get.
Are we rolling right
Fine
now?
with just
So we
re-rolling
can
the
roll right
1
now. I'm
9.
trying to think if there's anything else I need to cover
Do you have dice?
as far as like storyline wise
Honestly,
for
forget
people that aren't here.
how to roll for a character.
Always
Last time I
remember
did it was 2.
You only didn't bring dice.
So you roll. Remind me, Kel. It's 4d6s. You take away 1.
You count the 3 highest.
Yeah.
I should have brought my.
And you do it 6 times.
Yeah.
Just to have it.
Okay.
All right. So I'm gonna kill the recording because we're rolling. But